Here are 4 cryptocurrencies that you should check out or have on your radar in the coming weeks. And these are Ontology, Nuls, High Performance Blockchain, and Credits. Now, why are we focusing on these 4? Well, because they have their mainnets slated to launch in the coming weeks. Most of them said Q2, but it's possible that they're pushed back slightly as well. And mainnet launches are particularly interesting times because those are usually associated with a lot of interesting price movement and also just a lot of action and updates coming out of the project itself. So in this video, I'm going to cover these 4 projects and hopefully spread some knowledge to you about each one in a short and sweet manner. All of that coming right up. So hey everybody, I'm Kevin from Bitcoin for Beginners, and this is my own personal series called Kevin Talks Crypto, episode number 6, where I kind of share my own personal thoughts on projects and events in the crypto world that are interesting to me. As always, these are my own personal opinions and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of other influencers under the Bitcoin for Beginners umbrella. So if you find my content helpful and informative, I would greatly appreciate it if you would smash that like button, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell as well. So let's dive right in. How am I going to cover each of these 4 projects? Well, I'm going to first give a brief overview, then talk about its main differentiators from other projects, then kind of touch on the price change so far since ICO, because that's always important to see how much it's grown so far and how much future potential it has. And then finally hit on some recent buzz and major events coming up for each individual project. First is Ontology. What they're doing is building a distributed trust ecosystem. So they're going to combine information from various sources like blockchains, databases, etc., and allow for the exchanging of data for identity verification purposes, reputation scores, collaboration, and much more. And what's really interesting is that you don't need blockchain knowledge to plug into this system because they'll open up APIs and have a very modular approach. This project is launched by On-Chain, which is also the parent company of Neo, so it is in the broader Neo ecosystem. And they have a 2-token model, ONT and ONG, kind of like Neo and Gas is how it's going to work. They did not have an ICO, only airdrops. Initial price when it hit the exchange was roughly $1.50. Now it's roughly $8.06, so roughly a 5.4x gain in terms of USD value. In terms of some interesting events and updates coming out of this project recently, they announced a Naga partnership, which is another pretty large and well-known crypto project. They added VBFT, which is variable Byzantine fault tolerance algorithm, and also they opened up seed node applications to the public. So definitely go follow along this project on their Reddit and also their social communities to keep up to date with what's happening in advance of their mainnet launch. Number 2 is Nuls, and this is a customizable modular blockchain platform. So they create independent modules for everything from storage to account, consensus, smart contracts, etc. So they all work separately and you can make changes to each one without affecting the other ones. And you can also mix and match depending on what your business needs are. People have said this is kind of like the WordPress or Linux of blockchain in terms of how you can fit things together all into a broader platform that makes it all work. They have something called the proof of credits consensus, which is similar to proof of stake but with master nodes. To be honest, this project is not that well known outside of Asian markets right now, but they will focus on more global marketing in the future. They also had no ICO. Nuls was actually airdropped to in-chain ICO holders. They had roughly a 10x gain in USD value so far, from roughly 0.4 to $4, and the 0.4 I got from the in-chain ICO. I thought that was the fairest way to compare it. Currently, in terms of updates, their testnet is in beta, and they also have a new website coming soon. Community buzz for this one's not that large, but they still do have some people chatting in their subreddits and their other social communities as well. Now, number 3, High Performance Blockchain. This project aims at solving blockchain scalability problem, like a lot of the 3rd generation blockchain platforms. What they're going to do differently though is to not only have software but also a hardware approach. So they're going to focus on providing accelerated hardware as well. So this means special hardware chips and also utilizing high efficiency network technology called TOE or TOE, which you can look into further. They already had a prototype for their hardware chips presented at a Chinese summit. They're going to use a DPoS system with witnesses for the consensus. They have very strong ties to Neo, OKCoin, UnionPay, and many other large players in the Chinese market. Their their ICO price was roughly 25 cents. Now it's roughly $3.59. So this equates to a 14x USD profit. Currently, they're finishing their mainnet architecture and verifying hardware engine components, and the team leaders have been attending multiple global conferences and summits for exposure and just networking in the month of May. Now, lastly but not least, credits. This is a blockchain platform that's going to be designed particularly for like financial services, and what they claim is that they can achieve 1 million transactions per second, which if true, frankly blows everything else out of the water. 0.01 to 3-second block confirmation times and as low as $0.001 fees. Their consensus algorithm is going to be a combination of DPoS and BFT, and you can look more into these algorithms yourself and Google credits consensus algorithm. And that's what I did to read about it. Now, they're based in Singapore, but the team is almost 100% Russian, and they faced a lot of criticism from the broader crypto community around the time when their ICO was about to end. And I'm not going to go into all of the different red flags being pointed out by the critics, but some of them is that their code base is poor, they were lacking public code even though they're claimed to be open source. People said there's fake followers, their partnerships are a lot of fluff, like just random blockchain project with like a lot of fake profiles themselves, a lot of delays and promises, and ICO's min raise was like way too low to justify such an ambitious project, stuff like that you should look further into to be a really knowledgeable investor. So their ICO price was at roughly 0.19 and now it's at 0.56, so roughly a 3x gain. And currently their platform is under testing, fixing bugs after the testers caused a crash, and they also started an ambassador marketing program. Okay, so what do I recommend for you to do in terms of these various projects with mainnets coming? Well, there's a decision to be made, right? Did you buy in during ICO? If you did, most likely or not, the price is up and you've made profits. So maybe it's time to lock in some profits. Are you looking to start a position because you didn't get in during ICO? First of all, do your own research, do a lot more research. This is just a short and sweet version, definitely not enough for you to be confident in buying yet. And maybe just cost average, like before the mainnet, shortly after, and then much later too, kind of just to even out your risk rather than gambling all in. Because there's just too much uncertainty surrounding mainnet launches in my honest opinion. There's many bugs that can happen, orchestrated FUD, manipulation. We've seen these in the past with other projects, so definitely learn from these instead of just trying to gamble and hit it big every single time. So thank you for watching this 4 cryptocurrency projects that you should keep an eye on leading up to their mainnet launches. I hope you enjoyed this and found this valuable. If so, I would greatly appreciate if you would smash that like button and subscribe down below with the notification bell. And also be sure to check out some of our other videos. This is Kevin. I'll see you next time.